Welcome to a quick preview of the electives in the Information Systems and Operations Management area at Gwazeta for the spring of 2021. All of the electives that we offer are open to both day and evening MBA students, so if there's more than one section, you could take it during the day or the evening, whichever fits your schedule better. For the spring of 2021, there will be a supply chain management class offered both in the day and the evening. The management science and spreadsheets class will also have a section during the day and a section during the evening. The forecasting and predictive analytics class will have a section during the day and a section in the evening. And then during the day, there will just be the Impact 360 operations class, the operations strategy class, and the service operations class. And then the only class that will be offered only in the evenings is the Analytics for eMarkets class. Managing supply chains has become more important for more firms. And so the supply chain management class looks at how we can evaluate the operations, how we can think about relationships between suppliers and customers, and how we can actually improve the efficiency of the supply chain for a particular organization. Some of the topics that will be explored in the class will be the idea of tailoring supply chains to create more value, thinking about the pricing and the supply chain services that are being offered, so supply chains as a service. There are also the analytics associated with managing inventory, doing sources, and running distribution processes. We can also think about the ideas of trust, risk, globalization, and sustainability, so sort of strategic aspects of supply chain management. The class will also talk about the technology of supply chains, such as robotics and the application of computer systems and digitalization in order to run supply chains more effectively. The class will also include case studies and industry speakers. The course will also deal with mathematical models for supply chains, so the math of operations research. There will be some data sets and things to analyze for supply chain management. We'll also think about predictive analytics and optimization models. And then finally, we'll think a little bit about visualizing supply chain networks. The Analytics for eMarkets course is only going to be offered in the evening, and it introduces students to the economics of online markets and digital products. The course will cover a wide variety of topics in eMarkets, including the economics of networks, pricing, segmentation, and how you version digital products, and also the bundling of services. The course will use a number of different analytic models, but it will also do empirical analysis using real-world data, oftentimes from the entertainment industry. The course will also consider advanced topics in competition, such as standards and lock-in strategies. The course will be focused on practice, so there will be some theory, but there will also be case studies, and there will also be a number of industry speakers. Management science and spreadsheets will be offered both in the day and during the evening. This course will extend some of the topics from the core DDA class into the techniques for optimization and simulation. There are a number of specialized software packages for doing these things, but we're going to work in this class mostly in an electronic spreadsheet format. Techniques in optimization and simulation cover all different kinds of business topics, but in this course we're going to focus mostly on the areas of finance and operations. For example, some of the financial models that we can build would be in asset allocation, in arbitrage, in short-term cash flow planning, and balance sheet management. This is a good course for students who want to expand their Excel techniques and be able to do quantitative modeling, both in their internships or in their full-time jobs. The Impact 360 operations class is only offered in the day, and it's part of the first-year curriculum. There are a number of different kinds of projects in the Impact 360 curriculum, and the operations section takes on projects that deal with the firm's strategy and how they're implemented in organizations. Projects will depend on the current sponsors, but projects in the past have included process design projects, supply chain management projects, and quality management projects. Projects in this class will typically require some data analysis, so collection of data and understanding of the current operations. And then once the operations are understood, the teams will typically construct models to support decision making in the revised operations that are being proposed by the project team. This spring, the Operations Strategy class will not be offered during the regular semester, but will only be offered between semesters in the ACE format. For those wanting a full semester version of the Operations Strategy class, that will be offered in the fall of 2021. The goal of the course is to understand how the operations strategy of a firm fits within the overall strategy of the firm and how the operations strategy impacts the bottom line for the firm. The fundamental question to answer is how can operations create and sustain the competitive advantage of the firm? The operations strategy provides a value proposition that trades off a number of different aspects, whether the firm is competing on low cost, high quality, flexibility, the speed of the response of the operating system, innovations, and so on. There are many alternatives to the design of operations, and the course looks at how those can be used to support the value proposition of the firm. Operations strategy will also look at the global considerations, and this includes the hidden costs of outsourcing and offshoring. This course would be useful for students planning a career in operations or in consulting. But the course may also be of interest to students who have broader interests and in their careers may think about the fact that they need to analyze and improve operations in the organizations that they work for. The service operations class will only be offered during the day. This course will build on the concepts from the process and systems management class in the core, but it will apply those concepts to the service industry. While some of the techniques are similar to those that are used in traditional production operations, the service management requires a slightly different set of skills and the particular challenges associated with service processes where the customer is actually involved in the service. Now, businesses in the service sector are quite diverse, and so we'll look at a number of different cases during the class to try to cover some of this diversity. So we'll consider things like document processing, transportation, customer support services, hospitality, and consulting. And even though there's lots of diversity, the course will try to build some frameworks so that we can think about service processes and the challenges in those different environments. Some of the cases in the class will be non-technical, and they'll be talking about customer service experiences, service provider experiences, organizational issues. But the course will also have a number of cases that deal with the technical methods for managing services, for ensuring quality. And so while the cases will deal with the detailed issues of the service process, they'll also connect directly back to the strategy of the firm, and especially to the marketing strategy of the firm, where we've promised customers a certain level of service, a certain experience in the service process. So in a world where the service-based economy is growing, this course will be useful for people in operations and in consulting, but it will also be of use for students considering a career in marketing, as marketing interfaces directly with the service operations in many firms. Forecasting and predictive analysis will be offered both in the day and in the evening. This course will be a very practical and hands-on course, and it will deal with a variety of tools and techniques to analyze the data and to try to predict future behavior. This course will also make extensive use of real-world examples from some of the alums of Quesada. The course will cover a number of different applications, including time series methods, such as moving averages and exponential smoothing, nonlinear methods, such as nonlinear regression and neural networks, and also pattern recognition, including cluster analysis. The course will use these techniques in a wide variety of applications, applications from marketing, from social media, from finance, etc. And the course will make heavy use of information technologies, such as Excel or JUMP or R. So those are the elective offerings in the Information Systems and Operations Management area. And all of these courses will be associated with the Tao of business, the technology, the analytics, and the operations of businesses. If you have questions about any of the courses in particular, please feel free to reach out to the faculty who are teaching, and they'll be glad to answer your questions.